Hello and welcome to this application. My name is Kutemama Safa and I am a second-year international student at Xavier University of Louisiana in New Orleans. And today I'll be giving you 4 tips on preparing your resume for your college application. So the first thing is quality over quantity. And I'm sure this is something that you've heard in so many different contexts and it means many different things. But talking about the resume, it's very easy to want to list every single thing that you have ever done, all the 72 clubs you're part of, all the 18 skills that you have. It's very tempting to want to do that, but you have to ask yourself, how do you want the committee to view you as an applicant? So you have to really consider the program that you're applying for or the different things that you would want to do when you actually get to the university. So let's say I am a chemistry major and I was in the JETS club, which is a science club. That would obviously be a very good addition to my application. Or let's say I was in the chess club or something like that. Oh, that might show, I'm well-rounded. I'm not only a student in school, right? But you really have to consider all those different aspects. And of course, clubs where you had the leadership position would obviously be an amazing addition, because leadership skills are always a good thing to add to your application. So it's better for you to highlight like 3 or 4 great activities compared to you listing 17 different things and not even explaining more on that. And that takes us to the second thing, which is context, right? I mentioned the JETS club. It's a club that's one of the biggest in my country, Zambia, and everyone knows about it. But the people I'm applying to have no idea what JETS is. So I can't just say JETS and leave it there. I have to explain what was the club about, what's its purpose, and this obviously just gives them an idea of what you are actually doing. And that's the third thing, which is focus on you. So don't just say I was in JETS. JETS stands for this is a club that does this. What were you doing in JETS, right? This is the whole point of you submitting your resume, just like seeing your experience in different clubs or the skills that you have. So as you list JETS, right, make sure you also explain what were you doing. Let's say you were the secretary or something. You have to explain, in this position I prepared reports, I copied minutes during meetings, I had to keep track of the attendance of the different members. So just basically giving more context, but based on the specific impact that you had in the club. And this is very important because I don't want it to sound wrong, but how you bring something out really determines how it's viewed by others. So you might have done something that you see as very small. Let's say, I don't know what example I can give. Okay, yes, I was in this club, the public speakers in high school, and we used to read news to everyone like every 2 weeks. So I was one of the readers for the news, and it seems, oh yeah, I was reading the news, but as you explain, you can say I provided, I was in a boarding school which is very locked off and we had no access to the outside world. So I can provide more context by saying like I helped the student body to keep abreast with the issues of the day. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't just say I read the news. Like, tell them how important it was. Tell them the skills that you got from it, because they're listening to your account. That's why they want your resume. And then the next thing is make sure that you put your best foot forward. And this goes in terms of the format, I forgot the word, in terms of the format of your resume and you not having errors. This is something that will be presenting you where you will not be in person. So really make sure, I'm not saying that focus on having this amazing flowery 3D resume. I'm just saying make sure that it's at least presentable and make sure that you have no errors. And as much as you can, I think it's always a good thing to let someone else go through it and then give you their opinion on it. But make sure, this is the biggest thing, make sure that you really focus on how you want them to view you. And as you explain and give context, focus on those things that put you in a good light. And if you have 2 similar activities, leave out one. If it's better to create space just to show different sides of yourself. So I assume most people watching this are international students, and so I'm just emphasizing on the context, that don't just say something that and assume that they understand what you're saying. Make sure that you provide that context and really let them know what you did and how you grew in those different areas. So I wish you all the best in your application, and if you have any more questions or you want me to explain on something else or make a different video, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video.